am Holly Morrison. Welcome back to my channel. We're not in my kitchen. Occasionally that happens, right? Sometimes I'm at my pond recording things, but right now I'm on my way to a ladies' retreat. I've got about an hour left before I get there. So I've been like biting at the bit to give you our 500-day update, but I've been super busy writing a book. It gets published in 2 weeks. Yes! The Arc of Natural Remedies, How to Heal Infections Naturally and Powerfully, our GSC miracle that the Lord gave us 17 years ago. So gosh, if you don't have notification bells on, turn that on. So when that book gets published on Amazon, that's where we're starting. I don't think that's where we're going to end, but that's where we're starting to get going. So anyway, so let me let you know what's going on. And if you haven't heard about the GSC protocol, I have a playlist. Check that out. But let me tell you what's happening in our family. So today we are day 530. I really wanted to get a 500-day update, but it just, we were in the middle of finishing the book. Now we're editing the book. Now it's with the final editor. Glory to God in the highest. I declare over myself, I am courageous in the Lord. So anyway, I just have to tell you what's going on. So, of course, anybody who's been tracking with us for a minute knows that Mary was healed of asthma doing this anti-inflammatory protocol, aka carnivore, aka ketovore, keto, call it whatever you want. It all works. It all works. Some people need to go completely no carb. I personally am thriving at about 20 to 30 grams of carbs a day, which is probably technically a little over ketovore. I don't know. We are not part of a religion called carnivore. So yeah, I do have some other places you can learn about things and kind of a carnivore police-free zone. We're tinkering with new platforms because we have found that even though Facebook, we have grown monumentally there with our Midwest Meanderings mentoring group, I will no longer be sending people over there because we have found Facebook to be very unfriendly to natural remedies and things that actually work. So anyway, check out the show notes because there's always good information down there. I'm going to try my best to keep this at 15 minutes or under. So let me cut right to the chase. I am living my best life. I feel better at almost 58 than I did at 28, than I did at 38, than I did at 48. It's a miracle. Like, all I can say is I'm 100% pain-free. I'm going on 7 weeks of pain-free. I have been almost 8 weeks of sleeping straight through the night. Now, a person of my age, we don't sleep through the night, right? Like the 20s and 30s, you're having kids, you get up and you take care of kids and you nurse them and change diapers and all that crazy. And then, you get older in life and you start waking up because you've got swelling. And I really never thought I would be free of that. And I am sleeping 7.5 to 8 hours straight like a rock, and occasionally 6 to 6.5. I've needed pretty much between 10 and 11 hours of sleep for almost 90% of my life. I don't even remember not needing more than that, even as a teenager. I've been autoimmune disorder since my late teens. I've been a hypothyroid, autoimmune, Hashimoto's, been on thyroid medicine since my early 20s. I've had 5 dosage decreases with my thyroid med since going carnivore, and when I started prioritizing fat over meat, not meaning I don't eat meat, I just eat a lot of fat, my thyroid started healing. And when I started prioritizing ruminants, which is beef, lamb, whatever's red, you know what I mean? If they ferment their feed in their belly because the Lord gave them a bunch of stomachs, those are the animals that you want to eat for your food. If you don't like beef, God bless you. If you like beef, eat it twice a day for 6 weeks and see what happens to your life. Okay, won't rabbit tail too long there, but that's kind of the lion's diet. But I found I tolerate dairy beautifully. I don't drink milk. I don't do hardly any cheese anymore because I don't crave it. I used to want it. But what I'm finding is that, and pardon me that I am driving, but this is the only time I could find. It's just a busy season. But what I'm finding is that just staying and prioritizing beef. Now, I don't have to stay 100% beef now. And if you've heard anything about Michaela Peterson, The woman is rock star. She is the most autoimmune miracle I've ever seen in my entire 40 years of being an RN. Never seen the breakthroughs this woman's gotten, and it's through the Lions Diet. And if you want to know more about Lions Diet, just check her out. She's amazing. Her dad is Jordan Peterson. He's amazing. Her mom is Mary. All three of them have had miracle after miracle. Now, I don't know if all three of them have had to stay with Lions Diet, but I know Michaela has had to stay with it. She does bone broth. I do bone broth out the wazoo. I've been the queen of bone broth. There was a time on a friend's channel where our bone broth video on their channel was the #1 bone broth video in the country. Yeah, I think it had 1.7 million views by the time we moved it over to Midwest Meanderings. And if you want to learn about homesteading, go check out Goshen Farm and Gardens. Adam and Leslie are rock star. They have the coolest kids on the planet. You're just going to love them. So check them out. But that's where we got our beginnings. Adam edited Holly. God bless that man. So anyway, so my breakthrough is pain-free and sleeping through the night like a freaking baby. I don't know. My babies never slept through the night ever. So let me just break that old wives' tale. My babies didn't. But I kind of think it had a lot to do with I was sick and I was breastfeeding them from a place of brokenness. I wish I could do it over again. I wish I knew about this when I was young. Okay, so spring chicken, that's what I am. I'm sure there's other things I could share, but those are the two biggest things. I am doing dairy. I do milk kefir nearly every day, either as kefir yogurt or milk kefir. I do fruit. I've added fruit back in. Month 3, a couple tablespoons about 3 times a week with my kefir because I love berries, organic. I just do frozen. I have a little trick for that. I might share that at the end if I remember. And I do heavy cream, a lot of heavy cream, a lot. I have found that it is my preferred fat of choice. I'll take a shot of it. The more I have, the more weight I lose. Butter Bob Briggs. Check that man out. Smart. Okay, so that's me. That's what's working for me. That doesn't mean that's going to work for you. I do bone broth almost every day. I do collagen almost every day. No, collagen I absolutely do every day. I do 2 scoops of collagen, which is 2 servings. So it would be the equivalent of 20 grams. I do vital proteins. You do you. I do have affiliate links for it, but I highly recommend you get it from Costco because 4 times a year, usually, at least 3, they put it on sale, and then I buy a bunch because when they put it on sale, it's about $6 or $7 off a can. So I'm just watching in front of me and going a little slower because I don't want to hit that big old RV. So let me slow down. Okay, I gotta get this done because my next turn is going to be in 7 minutes and I want to get this video under 15. So we can do this. Okay, the Mary update. Mary is thriving. She's living her best life. She's been asthma free as of today. 500, she got asthma free 4 days in. 4 freaking days in. So she's been over 520 something days. You do the math. 26 as of today. Asthma free. The girl's on 0 drugs, 0 inhalers, 0 jet nebs. There's no fear in her life. She used to live in mortal fear of dying. And I mean, she didn't even tell me how much fear she had, but I did too. I mean, asthma takes lives every single day. And she was so unstable. And here I am an RN. I knew how unstable she was. I mean, we were blue lipping it with all the drugs you can have in a home. You know what I'm saying? And it was just unbelievable. How devastating it was. She was having them back-to-back asthma attacks to where there was not even a normal trigger anymore. It was just there was nowhere we could put her. There was no bubble we could put her in. Asthma free, normal life. She is the one that takes care of her goats. She has 3 goats. So cute. We're probably not going to edit this one. 3 goats. They're so cute. We've got Raviel, Dolly, and Tig, and she does their hay. They live off of hay. And we could have never let her be within 15 feet of this. But she fills 4 hay bags a day to feed those little hungry Nigerian dwarfs. They're cute as heck. Gosh, I want to put a homesteading video out sometime just to show our farm and what's been going on Hope Arises. So anyway, she has no allergy. She's nothing. She's 100% normal. She's kept her weight off. She lost about 28, 30, and then kind of put back on about 2 or 3, and she just teeters there between about 4 or 5, and there we go. She is ketovore. I would say she's more keto. Her and Rachel both do roots and fruits. The roots not so much, once a week. Sourdough, once a month, and we do it as an alternative when she's in an environment where they're having hamburgers. It kind of just feels nice to have something, and she loves sourdough. It's zero trigger, so glory to God in the highest. And if you are finding that you're metabolically sound, you can tolerate carbs, try sourdough. That is the most sound way to consume bread. If you're going to eat it, if you're going to have a cheat or a visit, we never call them cheats, we call them a visit. If you're going to go visit, but then come right back to sound eating. But we have self-control. So if you're an addict, don't open a door if you're an addict. We're not an addict. We've been contending for health and vibrancy for such a long time. So for us, we walk in freedom, and we have visits, oh well. Okay, so asthma free, colitis free. She's been colitis free since 2 days in, and has never been free of colitis until that week in her whole little life. I don't know what else to say about her because those were the big things that were going on. Her skin glows, her cheeks are rosy, her lips are like roses. She's joy, joy, joy bubbles. She's just full of life. No fear, she's thriving in her 5th grade and about to turn, she's 11 years old. So, 11 years old. I'm getting her a little hasty. She's about to turn 11 years old. But she just has so much life and so much joy. And she's the happiest and most grateful kid on the planet. Okay, so Rachel, she's kind of always been stable. She would have a seasonal blah, blah, blah. She had no seasonal last year, had no seasonal blah, blah, blah this year. Metabolically sound. So she's been doing carbs pretty early on. And hers are roots and fruits. She never stopped honey. She never stopped maple syrup. She makes little specialty funky drinks. She's going to be somebody who's going to own a really funky, cool coffee shop / library with all her favorite books. So she has like the coolest things that she creates. All right. And then last but not least, the rebel child, Keith. So where is he at with everything? So he was the most resistant carnivore in the area of fat in the very beginning. It took me 6 months to convince him that he needed more fat. And then I learned about Bob Briggs, Butter Bob. His YouTube channel is dormant in the sense of there's no new content. He's still carnivore. He's still thriving. His content is relevant. He said everything he had to say, is like a little phrase. I counted the 3 and I spoke my piece and counted the 3 from Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? If you ever watched that movie, it is kind of funny. It's a little edgy, but I think that's the movie where the woman says that. But anyway, he said all he had to say. So he's like, I'm not trying to build an empire. He had millions of views. So check out his stuff. I'll put one of his links down below just so you can go down the rabbit trail with us. But Keith got the download. And now the man gets butter for himself. Now he lugs in his collagen fatty latte peach style. He is a peaches and cream guy. He pours in that beautiful heavy cream that's organic. Sometimes we get it raw. It's not always the easiest to get raw. We do raw milk to make our kefir, and we have content for that. So if you want to learn how to make milk kefir, see, this is what happens. I rabbit trail, and then I don't get it done in under 15. Okay, so he's making his collagen fatty lattes. I make them for him and have them in, and then I've got to do just a video on how to pack your man's lunches, or your wife, if the man's the cook. I know a lot of people, my grandfather was the cook. My grandmother made sweets. That's all she made. My grandfather did all of the cooking. He taught me how to make bone broth. He taught me how to make soup. He taught me things. He taught me how to garden. So anyway, Keith is coming along. He had dropped one of his diabetic meds. He's kept that gone. He almost was able to drop another one, and then it just hit something triggered. And I think it was that he just wasn't getting enough fat. Now he's getting enough fat. He is on 2, but his labs are running normal. So his A1C has dropped 2 whole points. Like he was like a 9.2, and now he's in the low 7s. And I think that he will probably, with his next labs, he'll probably, because his daily sugars are looking real good. They're like 110 to 120. Even if he has a visit, I call his a cheat, because diabetics, I got no business cheating. His sugar still at the highest will buoy up about 20 points. The more fat he eats, the lower his blood sugars are. So, and he's learning. He's a little slow. He likes sweets, and he doesn't eat them in the house. And if we have them in the house, I make them clean. I make homemade ice cream. We've got a video for that. I should make one for our carnivore cheesecake. It is amazing. I have some in my cooler back there so I can have a dessert when we go out to dinner. I'm taking my dessert with me right from the freezer. By the time we get done eating our steak somewhere out there, you know, I'm gonna pull out my cheesecake and go yum yum. So yeah, that's our 530-day update. We are rocking it. We are doing amazing. We no longer have our mentoring group on Facebook. They flat out banned me from my own group. How about that? Isn't that a great compliment? My top 10 commenters got banned over the course of about a 2.5 week period of time. I have a friend who's healing with a ivermectin protocol for cancer, and when she tried to post in there, she got kicked out. Now, they're not doing it all legitimified. They're doing it backwoods. You know what I mean? They're doing it sneaky. So we're done. I'm done. I mean, our group went from 150 just a half a year ago to almost 1,100. We had a 900% increase. I don't even know how they figure out that calculation. I'm sure I could do the math. But anyway, I guess they don't really want to grow their platform. They just want to ban people from sharing knowledge that will heal people. So we are now in an app called Band. I used to call it The Band, but it's actually Band, B-A-N-D, and it's a lowercase b with a green tile when you go into the App Store. I'm going to put a link down below for our Midwest Meanderings one. We are going to move our carnivore group over here too, so we have a carnivore police-free zone. So that's for any of us who are wanting to do a variation. I am pretty much lion diet, but people are like, oh, you're not doing carnivore right. And I'm like, I'm at this for anti-inflammatory healing, baby, and weight loss, and I'm getting both, so get out of my business. So if I can tolerate coffee with a bunch of butter and an egg yolk and cream and all my happy goodness that I stick in there, check out our collagen fatty latte video, bomb.com. That is great for kids, by the way, to get them doing high protein and all that kind of goodness. Okay, this is getting long. I'm stopping. Links below. Check out below. There's lots of ways to follow us in and keep in touch with us. Definitely turn on notifications. Give us comments. I answer 100% of my comments. So if I don't get banned from doing comments. So anyway, I bless you. I bless you. I bless you. Stay with us as we continue our carnivore healing journey. This is not the only revelation. We hit the stop sign and it moved. But this is one of the biggest ones that the Lord has ever given us. And I think that a lot of people are at a crossroads and they are looking left and right and they're saying, Lord, where is the answer coming from? Which way do I go? And I'm telling you, like Paul said, follow me. I am following the King. Follow me and I will lead you in that path. And can the Lord do that with holistic stuff? Can he do that to heal our body by revelation? Well, if he's doing it with me and he loves me and I love him, he'll do it for you. So stick around and let's all be part of each other's healing journey. God bless you. Well, thanks, friends, for joining us for our update. I feel like it's miracle after miracle going on. So I already hit all of that, but I did want to say we are experiencing technical difficulties in Facebook and YouTube world. Censorship out the wazoo. They've completely shut down my private group. They completely eliminated all my top commenters. At the end, it was around 16 people they shut down that you weren't allowed to post. They weren't allowed to comment. They weren't allowed to like, nothing. And then I was to the point where I could not do anything in there. So anyway, they had one particular thing that they tagged me on that they didn't like. I debated it with them. I did have to remove it in order to have any activity. But once I removed it, it didn't change. They completely shut down. So that group had a 900% increase in growth. So long story short, we're in an app called Band. I'm going to put the link in the show notes of how you can join us there. It's just like our Facebook group. I do the posting, you do the commenting, you do the liking. Tell me you like it, the content, you're interested in more. We tried out several platforms. This one was the most intuitive. So check us out. Please jump in. We love the conversation. We answer 100% of our comments. And it's really meant to be a mentoring group. So jump in. I'm going to share who's influencing me and what that content is. And of course, just keep in touch. It's a great way for us to be able to communicate, let you know what's going on. Our book is in the second editing stage, and then the final edit will go through Kindle. I don't know that it's much of an edit. They basically just review it and make, I guess, some recommendations. Who knows? But anyway, just thought I'd let you keep you posted. And what we're also going to do is from now on, we're going to ask that you join our email list with our website. So that will be the first thing I'll post. The second thing will be the band. So the band is more a mentoring group, and it'll be called Midwest Meanderings. But our website for Midwest Meanderings, if you didn't know we had one, we've been talking about that for the last year. But you will get emails anytime my video posts my YouTube channel posts any new content. And you will also get updates of when our book's been released and when our future books will be released. So that's the best way to know what is going on. Nobody is getting notifications on my YouTube channel anymore. They haven't threatened to delete me. I haven't gotten a strike since COVID. So I'm pretty sure that I'm staying neutral enough, but they flatline all of my videos. So if I have a video, it takes off and it gets 1,000 views in one day. The next day it gets 0 views, and every day thereafter. So it's still a good tool for me to use to share and to help people heal and grow. And that's my heart. I don't really care about how many views, but unfortunately, censorship does what it does. It shuts down free speech. Please stay in touch through our website. You will get an email notification for every email we put out, and you will, of course, get an email notification for when our book is hot. So bless you. Definitely hit subscribe if you're new to our channel, and keep in touch. God bless you all.